If you are a person that has bad days back to back, you need to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to literally turn your bad days into good days and how to prevent those bad days from happening over and over to the point where you feel like, what the fuck is going on with me? Is it me? Is it the days? Is it my problems? In this video, I'm going to explain everything that will help you, that it will prevent from you from having those bad days. So you guys tune in, watch the video, and I'm gonna literally show you step by step on what to do, what not to do, and what to prevent from having those shitty fucking days. Trust me, because I've been there. And I'm gonna walk you through my experience of the things that I've done to actually elevate my days and not even focus on the negative shit and let the negative shit bother me not even one bit. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's dive into it. What up, people? My name is Eric and I go by Reno Fitness. If you guys don't know me, I do online coaching, I do fitness, I do business, I do everything, mindset, lifestyle, everything I'm passionate about. And in this video, I'm gonna go through everything, how to have a great day, how to not have a shitty day, the cons of what to do, what not to do, and everything I've been through. Because basically everything on here is what I applied and what I did before. So everything on here is from my failure, from my mistakes. And let's get into this shit. So yeah, this is what you need to do in the mornings, and it's to wake up at the same time. Most of the times you want to wake up early anywhere. It just depends on, you know what I'm saying, how mentally tough you are. But for me, I've woke up 4 in the morning. I woke up, I did 5 a.m., I did 6 a.m. And to me, the best that I feel is 5 a.m. And what this is going to do, because this is the start of your day. And most people fuck up when you have your alarm for 5 a.m. and then you literally snooze that shit 5 times. And then you wake up at 6, or you literally couldn't do it. And then you feel that guilt. And then your day is just not the same. Because that's literally the first win in your day. And if you take that L the first thing in the morning, it's just gonna be not efficiently. Your day is not gonna be that as good, because I realized that shit. Like I remember, I would literally set my alarm for 5 a.m. and it took me a week to fucking wake up at 5 a.m. Like every single time I would snooze it, I would wake up at 8 a.m. I would get 10 hours of sleep and I would literally feel like shit, even though I got a great amount of sleep. But mentally, I have that guilt, so I don't have no confidence, because I literally told myself I was gonna do it and I didn't even do it. And it took me a week because I was just snoozing it. And then I got really, really, really mad at myself that I was like, man, this is not gonna fucking happen again. And then I do it to this day. It's been like 3 years that I've woken up early as shit. And it's a game changer. You're more efficient. You get a lot of shit done while everybody's asleep. And it's just overall the best way to start your mornings. And also, what I like to do, I like to drink water. Because if you don't drink water, you go straight to fucking coffee. You're gonna get, because as soon as you wake up dehydrated, because your body's been asleep. Your body has not been moving, so it needs water with salt or lemon. And if you go straight to coffee, you're literally gonna dehydrate your body even more, because caffeine literally makes you urinate more and it extracts water out of your body instead of extracting it. So it's literally against you. And the other thing that I like to do in my mornings, so here's what I do in the mornings. I get up, I do my bed, I do everything that I hate fucking doing, the little things in my house, clean, get everything straightened up. And then I eat a banana, and then I just start walking. I walk for an hour to 30 minutes, and then I come back, I shower, cook, I read the Bible, etc. But you need to move, because your body's been laying down for so fucking long. So The first thing it needs, it's some type of movement so it can get blood pumping, blood flow in your body, because the whole time you're asleep, your body's not pumping as much blood. So that's why every time you wake up in the mornings, you kind of don't feel it because your body's barely waking up. And let's get into what not to do. So like I spoke about it, hitting the snooze alarm, you took the first fucking L in your day. So you're going to feel more guilty and you're not going to do shit. So you're going to feel more hesitant to do the next thing. And it's going to be this, every little task that you do, you're going to hesitate even more. You're going to think about it and you're going to push it off, just like you did your alarm. And that literally will set the day. Because if you wake up to your alarm at 5 a.m., no problem. Everything else throughout your day is going to be the same way. No overthinking, no thinking about it. You're going to fucking just do it. And that's why you don't take the first fucking L in the morning, because everything else is going to be an L. And the next thing is, don't fucking get up. Next thing you do is check your fucking phone, because you're either going to mindlessly scroll, you're going to bullshit, you're going to consume so much dopamine as soon as you wake up, and then you're going to feel like fucking shit because you just wasted. And also you wasted time on other shit you could have done, like ditch your bed, prepare your dinner, meal prep, work on your business. Like, you could do so much shit instead of sitting on your fucking phone as soon as you wake up and just mindlessly scroll, because time will go by without you realizing. And then every single day you're complaining, I don't have time. But that's why you need to stop fucking doing that shit. The phone, mindlessly scrolling is the worst shit you can do. And I even struggle to this shit to this day. That's the hardest one in my opinion. And it's a battle every single day. It's possible not to fucking do it, but it's just how bad you want it, or how bad you want to be the best version of yourself, and you need to stop fucking mindlessly scrolling. And also, you do not want to skip breakfast, because if you skip breakfast, you're gonna have no energy to do nothing. You're not gonna have energy to fucking walk, drive. You're not gonna have no energy, motivation whatsoever, because your body's not fuel, and your body needs food. Not as soon as you wake up, but a couple hours as soon as you wake up, like 2 to 3 hours. I get my meal in after like 2 to 3 hours after I wake up. But obviously it all depends on what you eat. Like, you're better off starving yourself than waking up and eating fucking a bowl of cereal or a bunch of like a honey bun or some bullshit. You're better off starving than eating that shit. So you don't want to skip your first meal. And then what you want to do as well is have a clear intention, like have a goal of why you need to do this. Because if you don't have a goal, you don't have nothing, you're not gonna have drive to doing it. You're not gonna have any motivation on doing anything. You're not gonna have the drive to do it. Your mind is just gonna mindlessly just guard you. It's just gonna take you different paths, because you don't have a set goal. You don't have a finish line. So you're gonna take a bunch of paths, and then you're not gonna realize you're not. Because I also struggle with this shit. My goal was to, I just want financial freedom. I want money. Like, that's not specific enough. Because if you're specific enough, like my goal now is I want 1 million followers. I want this fucking car. I want to live in this city. I want to have this house. And if I have certain goals that are actually something that I actually know what the goal is, I have more drive to do it, and then I have a reason to keep putting in the work every single day, instead of not having a goal and just mindlessly fucking get lost, waste time, and not even realize, and just get fucked because I've done it for so long and I wish I did this shit. And the next thing is your mind, because the mind is literally the number one thing that's holding every single human being in this world. The mind, your own mind, your thoughts, the way you think about outcomes, the way you see stuff, it's what predicts your actions. And what I mean by that, like, let's say, you know what I'm saying, you just woke up, you feel like shit, you feel sick, and you're like, man, I don't like the way I feel. Why do I feel like this? You're always complaining, you're always negative, you're always judging, you're always just a bad fucking energy every time you always complain. And you're always negative. Every action you're gonna do is literally gonna be based off that. You're gonna have less drive. You're gonna go nowhere, and nobody wants to fucking hang around you, besides other negative ass people like you. And I realized I used to be that way because I used to see every bad outcome as a bad, just every bad outcome. I would see it as a, why me? Like, oh my God, like I would I would let it eat me up. And then I realized what I changed is now that every bad outcome that I have, now I see it as a way of what can I do. Obviously, it's uncomfortable. I don't want any bad shit to happen. But the best things that happens from bad shit is always you learn something from doing it, and you become more confident if you overcome that problem. And that's the way you trick your mind to everything. You got to realize your mind will always fuck with you. And if you always think positive about a bad outcome, you always see a positive thing about something negative, you're gonna be on fucking stoppable. Literally. And the next thing is obviously the anxiety, anxious, you feel bad, you feel negative. And if you feel like that every single day, you always bring it up, you're gonna fucking feel like that because everything your mind thinks about, you're more likely to do it. So like if you were thinking about junk food all fucking day, you're more likely to eat it or crash out at the end of the day. The same shit with women. If you think about women over a lot about women, guess what? You're gonna crave sex. And if you always gotta fight your mind because your mind will always throw bullshit. Your mind will always want uncomfortable shit. And the more you trick your mind into doing uncomfortable shit and having good outcomes from doing the uncomfortable shit, you're like I said, you're unfucking stoppable. Nobody can stop you, not even yourself, and that's the number one motherfucker who's gonna stop you. And if you have that style, not even that motherfucker can stop you. Besides God, that's like the only one. But you also gotta set time blockers. You gotta have a schedule, because if you don't have a schedule, you're gonna mindlessly scroll. And this comes back down to your goal. You're gonna get fucking lost. You're gonna waste time. You're not gonna get shit done efficiently because you don't have this urgency of getting shit done this amount of time, and then you realize, oh, hour just went by, and now you got to go back to your job, to whatever task you got to do next, and you completely wasted that 1 hour. You could have done something productive. And the other thing is social media. Comparing yourself with all these Miami goons, 21-year-olds, 15 years old, motherfuckers driving Lambos, making more money than me, like, that's the worst fucking thing you can do. Because you're comparing yourself to some other human being who's not, well, he's human like you, but he does not have the same problems as you. He doesn't come from the same, he is different in so many ways. And most of the times, social media is not fucking real. And if you compare yourself a lot to people, like, it's a good thing to do it, but it's a bad thing to let it abuse you. You could obviously compare yourself to people to obviously get you more drive, like, damn, I gotta work harder, but not as a jealousy, like, man, life is not fair, why me? Like, there's a benefit to comparing, and there's a downside to comparing, but most of us, we do the downside than the good thing, comparing as a motivation for us to work as hard as this fella, you know what I'm saying? And the next thing not to fucking do, and this is, I'm still a witness to this shit, is saying yes to everything, even to homeless people. Like, I literally, a couple weeks ago, I literally gave $100 to a lady because I could have said no, fuck off, but I just say yes. And the same shit with clients, people, because people will abuse you if you say yes all the time. And when you set boundaries, you're more serious. Obviously, your peers, the people that know you set more boundaries, they're going to take you more seriously, and they're not going to take advantage of you compared to other people. And always, for me, it's just, I just want to be nice. And that's a bad way to do it. You got to set your limits and also yourself. The next thing you got to do is have a time blocker. Like I said, if you're going to get straight to work, put your fucking phone to the side, put everything to the side, and just focus on that one thing, because you could get lost so fast. Like, for example, I work online coaching. I do my editing, I do messaging, I do my calls, I talk with my clients. And I could literally be editing a video, and then somebody will send me a message, and then I'll be fucking just bouncing around shit, and then 30 minutes go by, and then I'll go back, or like, oh fuck, I need to go back to editing that video, and then boom, I don't have no more time. That's why you need to execute that one thing and realize what needs to get done that time. Because if you don't get it done that time, you're not gonna be organized. You're gonna be clusterfuck. You're just gonna be all over, and it's gonna stress you the fuck out. And another thing you need to do as well is take a break. And I'm not saying take a break and saying go outside and eat some chips or smoke a cigar or fucking go on your phone. Take a break, as in go breathe, meditation. If you know how to meditate, do something that doesn't require your fucking phone and you're busy and you're not using a lot of energy. Like for me, I gotta have breaks, because if I sit for too long, I literally start to fucking just start crashing. I will start to just not be as efficient, because my mind is just, because your body sits for a while. When your body sits around for a while, less blood gets pumped, so your body's like more like sluggish. So that's why you get up, you move around, and then you come back and sit down. Because if you don't move around, your body will adapt, and then it will use less energy, and you're just gonna be brain fog. Obviously, unless you take caffeine or nicotine or some really high dopamine spike. But best thing to do for me, I'll walk outside, take a breath, or I'll probably just start cleaning up or some bullshit. Then I get back to work just to refresh my mind. And at the end of the day, you want to have a list of what you did wrong. Just have a set goal, man. Because if you could see what you did, and then if you see everything right every single day, that means you're doing something absolutely right, or that means you also need to add more things to your task to get done. But if you're missing task over and over, that means that's the fucking bottleneck in your life. That it's a task you keep avoiding, and that's the task that needs the most attention. So if you write it down, you miss it every single time, that means that's what you need to work on, and it keeps you more accountable into doing it. Because if you have literally nothing, you're just guessing, and you're like, life will take you away so fast. Like your social media, your family, the rain, like everything, you gotta have a limit, and you gotta have a finish line. That way you don't get just thrown off, then you fucking just get lost. And here's what not to do. Hold on, give me a second. Oh yeah, so you need to serve others. Because if you just serve yourself, you're gonna feel empty no matter what the fuck material shit you buy. And the reason why I say this is because I know. The more I care about my selfish desires, the more I wanted something just for me. I want this because just for me, just to feel good, and it's just gonna leave you to emptiness. You're not gonna be satisfied until you find God and you start serving other people. And the more you serve other people, everything will come to you. Because we're not made to just serve ourselves. We're made to serve others. So the more you serve yourself, you're just being selfish. You're not helping anybody but yourself. You're just gonna have a miserable life mentally. And then you're gonna obviously find other shit to like, what is wrong with me? You start drinking, smoking, like you start finding you start adding more problems to your life. You're just not even like, you're just patching the wound. You're not even like letting it heal. You're not taking it to a doctor. You're just fucking patching it. The wound will still be there. So you gotta serve others. And that's what I realized. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm gonna make a shit ton of videos to serve others. Because that's gonna keep me busy, and that's gonna fulfill other people. And I'm gonna feel better. Because I've served myself for so many fucking years, just myself. And I've always went into this loop of not being happy, chasing material shit, and always feeling empty. And obviously God helped me. He gave me the path. The Bible literally will tell you to serve others. And that's the guidelines. And that's what will make you happy. And that will make God happy and everybody happy. Because we're not the main characters. God is. God is the creator, so you're just a fucking, like in the Bible says you're just dirt. Like we're not even angels, we're dirt. So the other thing not to do is obviously context switching, because that, like I said earlier, if I'm messaging somebody, if I'm messaging somebody and then I go edit a video and then I go, oh, I go take the food out, and then it's just a lot of shit just going on. And what happens is I don't end up finishing that task, so I just bounce around tasks instead of finishing that task and then moving on to the next task, finishing. It's just like watching content or like starting a project. You start a project, but you never finish it. Or you watch content, or you never reply. You're just bouncing around. And that's just gonna make you a fucking overthinker. And you're not gonna accomplish shit because you keep bouncing around. It's that simple. And grinding when you're tired, when you're this right here, I like to take naps. I'm gonna keep it 100, but obviously I'm not taking like a fucking 5-hour nap. I take like a 30 to 40 minute nap, or I just close my eyes for 20 minutes, and I will literally have more energy. I will feel way better instead of me just putting in the work and I feel like fucking shit. I take a quick nap, 10-30 minutes, get back up, and I recharge, and I feel way better. And I guess you could see it as a bad thing or a good thing, but it's just how you use it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could take a nap. Like if you're taking a nap just to fucking take a nap, like you have nothing else to do, I guess it's better than bullshitting. Like taking a nap is not. I guess you just the only thing that's happening is you're wasting time. But just be aware. And also your peak hours, because we all have a peak hour. My peak hour is in the mornings. It's from 9 a.m. to like 12 p.m. And then I started crashing, or I start my frequency drops. So you gotta, some people, they could work at, I know people that work all night. For me, I could work at night, but I start crashing. I start getting tempted. So I'm usually a morning person. So, and also around those times, I like to drink coffee. That way I could be more efficient and get shit done. But we all have different, this is based off you. You gotta keep seeing what you work with best. Like you gotta remove a bunch of bullshit in your life to be aware. Because if you have a lot of bullshit going on, you're not gonna even realize when is your peak hour, because you're fucking bullshitting at this time. You're eating fucking junk food at this time. You're consuming porn at this time. Playing video games. You're like you will never have time to think about yourself. You're just being fucking being used by the world. And that's why most people can't fucking think, because they're consuming a lot of shit and they don't have time to become better, and they're wasting all their fucking time into bullshit. And the most important thing is fucking eating, because obviously whatever you put in your mouth, it's what's gonna come out, and it's how you're gonna feel overall. And if you eat a clean meal, not a lot of grease, just fruits, vegetables, like potatoes, and some protein, some meat, you're not gonna feel sluggish. You're not gonna feel like shit. You're gonna feel full. You're gonna be less tempted to eating some bullshit. And if you eat some bullshit, you're gonna have a really high spike fast, and then you're gonna have a really spike down fast, where you're gonna feel like fucking shit, and you're gonna get fat. The other thing is get at least go outside. You don't need sun. If you have sun, it's better, but just go outside and move. Because if you're isolated all day, you talk to nobody, you get no fresh air, you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel mentally weird and like easy. You're gonna be tempted easier. You're gonna fall into like flesh desires way faster than just going outside, getting some fresh air. Because I love fucking walking. And 3 years ago, I fucking hated walking. And now I walk 10K to 30K steps a single day. And it just gives me more energy. I feel better. I'm not just thinking as much, sitting down on my phone, just giving it fucking cheap dopamine. I'm just walking and living, because a lot of us, we don't live. We're just fucking consuming all this this shit in the world, like social media, junk food, porn, women, like all the earthly shit is what holds us back most of the time. That's what you need to walk. And this is one thing I fucked up for so long. It was drinking caffeine. Um, like I would drink caffeine at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m. like for a year straight. And I didn't realize if you drink caffeine after 2 p.m., guess what time the caffeine will be out of your system completely? It will probably be out of your system around 2 p.m. or 3 a.m. while you will sleep in your bed. Because caffeine stays in your system from a minimum from 10 to 12 hours. So if you drink caffeine at 9 a.m., the caffeine is probably out of your system by 10 p.m. and you have a full night of sleep. You're gonna feel way better the next day, because yes, you could drink caffeine at 5 p.m. You could drink coffee right now and then fall asleep. Yeah, you'll probably fall asleep, but your body is fucking still awake because it has that active chemical in the system. And what happens is you're gonna have to, the next day you might feel great, but midday you're gonna start crashing really bad. And guess what? You're probably gonna drink more fucking caffeine, and then your insulin, everything in your body is gonna be destroyed. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I literally did this shit. I would drink caffeine at 6 p.m., 10 p.m. I would feel decent in the mornings, and then I start crashing really bad the next day around 2 or 3 p.m. and then I'll consume more caffeine, and that's what literally like carried me the whole day, instead of just drinking it way early, getting great sleep, and then waking up feeling better and not having to rely on fucking caffeine. And this is what I talked about earlier, sitting down for too long. If you sit down for too long, your blood pump is just gonna be not moving. You're gonna feel sluggish. You're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna there's not enough blood pumping, so your body needs to move. So it's just gonna slowly. You're gonna like mentally feel like shit. You're not gonna think clear because your body needs some type of movement. We're not made to sit on a fucking laptop. Humans are not made to sit down. We're made to survive. We're made to move. We're made to hunt. We're made to move. We're not made to sit down. So you gotta move. And then the screen time before bed, I still struggle with this shit. It's mindlessly scrolling, but doing that at night, or just because a lot of people do this shit. Like the most I've done, I want to say, is 2 hours. Like I will go to bed at 8, and then I'll mindlessly scroll until like 10 p.m. But there's people that will literally mindlessly scroll until fucking 1 or 4 p.m. in the morning, or 1 a.m. or 4 a.m. And that's fucking terrible. Like, and then your next day, you're gonna feel like fucking shit. All that cheap dopamine you just consumed. And here are the quick dopamine hacks you can use for your day. I'm gonna drop this below. You guys can save it, look at it. But this is everything that I do that helps, that gets my dopamine going. It gives me a better day, and I'm just bouncing around, not thinking about anything, and I'm just grateful. Working out is a non-negotiable for me. Eating clean foods is non-negotiable. Obviously, I'll probably have a cheat meal or 3 cheat meals a month, but most of my 90% of my food is clean. I take cold showers because it gives me a quick dopamine spike, which I feel fucking amazing after cold showers. Caffeine works too, but one thing you don't want to do that I used to fucking do is I'll take caffeine and then I'll take a cold shower. I will literally use all my tools. Like, don't use all these tools in one go. My bad, people. It cut off. My storage is low, so I'm gonna end this really quick with you guys. So, like I said, caffeine, or before, I used to do all this shit all at once, and I would literally crash half day, and then I would literally have no tools left. Because if you use these tools like 3 times a day, it's not gonna give you the same dopamine you do the first time. So this is what you need to do. And here's basically the blueprint on how to have a good day, how not to fuck up your day, and how to keep having a good day and then have momentum to have a better year, a better man, a better person, and overall a better human. And like I said, a day is not found, a day is built by the shit you do every single day. The little things matter. Like, I didn't even realize making my bed mattered because I never made my bed. And then just making my bed, doing little shit around the house, little things that get me moving is what builds an empire, is what builds buildings and cities, not the big, like little things built for a long time and they never destroy. Well, they do destroy, but they take a long time to destroy. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to work with me, there's a link below. I'll put it down in the chat. Or if you want to have a free consultation call with me to see if we're a good fit to work together. If not, it's cool. And you can also follow my social media platforms. And I hope you guys enjoy this video and you take something from this. Peace out, fellas. Let's get it.